Guys, I get a lot of questions from people asking about how to escape mount. And a lot of times when I talk to them a little bit more about it, the biggest issue that they have is that they don't feel comfortable in the position. Now I understand that you're never in a good position if you're in side control or in the bottom of side control mount, back mount, but you have to feel comfortable from there, right? And so I've got a way that you can get better at mount or side control or any of those positions. We're just gonna stick to mount today. A guaranteed way to get better at mount. I sound salesy, right? But it's absolutely gonna work if you do it. And this is the hard part, right? I can give you the information through these videos, but if you don't do it, it doesn't really do anything. So one of the things, and this is like the secret of jiu-jitsu, if you will. If you wanna get better at anything, right, you have to have time in position. It's just that simple. What happens is people don't like being in the bottom of mount, so when they roll, they fight really hard, like they'll fight really hard from guard here. Boom, 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 they're really working. As soon as a person passes and gets to dominant position, they just give up, right? They don't even, like they freak out if anything, right? They'll start pushing all kinds over the places, and then they just, they die. You know how I know that? Because I was a white belt once, and I did that shit. I would sit there and fight really hard if I was passing. I'd fight really hard if I had the guard. But the minute someone would get to side control or mount, I would go all over the place, pushing and shoving and just going nuts. And then after I lost my energy, I would just basically lay over, let the person submit me, and then, okay, let's press the reset button again, and then let's roll again from a better position for me. Then I would go back to being energetic. So you need to put that same focus on the mount position. So try this out. Someday when you're rolling, just whatever, let the person get you to mount and just see how long you can slow down the position. The big things that we want to focus on first, keeping our head down to the mat. I do not want that guy to get under my neck. If Chad gets under my neck, I can't bridge, okay? So my arms are here. Next, I do not ever want to turn all the way to the side because I expose my angle, okay? Or expose an angle to my partner, my back, all that stuff, okay? My arms will remain down here. And even when they push and shove, they sort of just go scrape my stomach across, okay? You can put your arms all the way down to the mat if you need to, but typically I'll have them right just a little bit above, and if I feel like the person's starting to grab onto them, I'll pull them back down, okay? But I bring them here and here so I can push on the hips. Another sort of conceptual idea, the belly button right here. Do not push above the belly button, okay? If I start to push on the belly button, you just get diminishing returns, right? If I push here on the hips, I can move this person's body. If I push up above the belly button, boom, not only will I not get rid of the person or move them at all, but they also can submit me, all right? Now, here's the thing. Again, make sure that you don't freak out. So this is why I'm saying do this. When you get to these positions, let one of your partners, just let them do it one day. Let them, like in the middle of a roll, don't tell them you're gonna do this, just let them mount you. Ball up. Do not even have the idea that you wanna escape. Just see how long you can survive. And go ahead, and so you'll roll with him. He's gonna be trying to get it, make sure we're keeping our head up, down, keeping our arms down here. So we're fighting for position here, keeping everything tight here. And just sit there. And that's it. Now, the reason that I think this works incredibly well, and the reason it helped me in the past, I'll use it, we'll go to the guard for a second. When you first start off in jiu-jitsu, your guard position's pretty sporadic, right? It's pretty wild. But once you are able to just hold the person in guard, right? A lot of times people can't submit right off the bat. But once they can hold the person in guard, then they can start to experiment a little bit. They can say, okay, I'm gonna go for the submission, and if it doesn't work, I can just go back to my guard and hold it again, right? They get comfortable with the position, so they're able to take their time. In mount, side control, all these other positions, a lot of times people don't feel very comfortable because they don't spend very much time there. And so they move really quickly, they waste a lot of energy, they're not very efficient, and they just freak out a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to desensitize yourself to that position and be able to relax. Just be able to lay down there and be relaxed and be able to fight for the grips and the body positioning just like you would any other position. Be able to do it comfortably and without wasting too much energy. And the only way to do that is simply spend time in the position. So if you want to get better at your mount escapes, you want to get better at side control, any of these bad positions, or anything really in jiu-jitsu, you need to spend time in those positions. And so again, for you guys out there that have been sending questions into mount, I'll make some videos on specific techniques, but in the end, what you really need to do is you need to spend time on these positions, because I guarantee you've seen good mount escapes before on the internet. Your coach is probably showing you some good stuff too. but you're not going to be able to use those techniques if you do not work on actually getting comfortable in those positions, if that makes any sense to you guys. So next time you're rolling, little challenge to you from Chewy, right? Lay down on your, like when you're rolling with someone, let them pass your guard. Don't sell it, just let them pass your guard. And once they pass, let them get to mount, and then just see how, don't even try to escape. Know that you're gonna get submitted. Be okay with that, accept that. And then just sit there and try to defend as best you can and see how long you can last. And then you'll notice that as you get better and better at just surviving, then it becomes a lot more easy to launch your escapes out of there. So I'm done talking and rambling about this, guys. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.